Hey guys, welcome to the Lesbian Chronicles.
A podcast all about coming out late.
That's right. We're experts now on coming out late.
I guess we're complete experts.
Like, I feel like I read about it all the time.
Don't you feel like you have an opinion? Like now, before when I felt like, oh my god, I have no idea. Now it's like any topic that comes up, I have a massive opinion about.
Yes.
It's really funny.
But, I mean, from your expertise and
as Jamie would say, we did live it.
You lived it.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like we can actually speak about it. It's kind of like buying a home, you know?
Once you've done it.
Once you've done it and you want to tell everybody like, oh my god,
this is
what it's like.
Actually, I really did do that with you with the real. This is the real.
Yeah.
This is the
you
mortgage.
did. I used everything. I used the mortgage lender and your realtor, and I was like, solid.
That's funny.
But it makes you feel better, like having someone with a shared experience.
And that's true. Like another thing that Dr. Jamie talked about is when you have a shared, like you go through anything together. That's why people who go to war together or people who have babies at the same time, you have like this bond that's like sacred.
Absolutely.
Kind of. So
that's
anyway,
very true.
You're not alone. We are your community,
yes.
and it's not just us. Trust me, because we're hearing from people all over.
You know, seriously, we had an email from someone in freaking Paris.
Paris?
Yes.
Wow.
And I was like,
I didn't think in Paris this would even be a thing.
I know. But I wonder if she was American or not. Like, her English seemed really good. But you know, people in Europe, they're like bilingual.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
We're not nearly as educated here.
No.
I wish I was.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah. She said that she's been listening and like it's super helpful and stuff. So
that's awesome.
I think that's the biggest thing too, is just like knowing that you're like, you are not alone. Like,
no.
I kid you not. Like, we get emails
from 25-year-olds to 60-year-olds.
Yeah, like
all in process.
Several times a week, you know, and people are still finding that CNN article that I wrote.
Yes.
Actually got a mention in like the CNN opinion pieces of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
of course,
I was like,
it was an awesome article.
Solid. Yeah. So
right.
It's exciting, and I'm just like so happy that like people are relating to it, you know.
Right, and I think it is that kind of topic that nobody talks about. And you know, when I first started therapy, I said to the therapist, like, no one has done this.
Yeah.
I don't know one person that's done this.
Yeah.
And she's like laughing at me.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And now it's like, it does seem laughable.
It does seem laughable because now once you're out on the other side, people flood to you. Oh my God, me too. And
it's so freaking hard too.
Yeah.
Like when you're in that spot, it feels impossible.
It does.
Like,
and because you're you know, if you're in a marriage, at least for me, that was my best friend, my safe person, a guy I kind of grew up with in that we were so young, we got married, we had these kids together. Every big memory, he was there. Yeah. And so it's like you think you're giving one thing up to take another, but what you're really doing is just changing the way the first thing looked. Yeah. And taking
which
another.
Is still hard. Like I have to, like with the holidays and stuff, it was like definitely difficult for me.
Right.
Because it's like we're not in our house anymore.
Yeah.
You know, my kids are noticing a difference with like going back and forth and like transporting the elf back and forth between our houses and you know, and like I just think back on all those memories that we did have during the holidays, and it's like, oh, like I miss those things. Yeah. And like we tried our best to replicate. You know, he stayed over the night before, so he was there when they woke up in the morning. Right. Even so, my son bolted downstairs like an asshole, like ahead of everybody. He's like, oh my God, Kaylin, there's so many toys down here. I'm like, get your ass back upstairs. Like, I want to be downstairs, like getting pictures of them like coming down. So he kind of like ruined that, but you know, whatever. I'll let it go.
I'm going to take the award for most awkward Christmas morning.
Yeah. You did have quite the audience.
We had quite the audience. So because we're living in two different places, we essentially said we're going to make the kids wait until 10:30, where we hosted a brunch here for everybody, and our kids could have Christmas. I mean, it was just like, my parents were here, and I think that's kind of what led to it. Yeah. But essentially,
because your parents don't live here in
Georgia. They live in Florida.
Okay.
So they were here, so they were staying with my sister. So my parents, my sister and her husband, but here's the kicker. Then my ex-husband and his parents came. So it was basically my girlfriend and I, who my parents were meeting for the first time, I'll add.
Oh my God,
what? Yes.
On Christmas Day?
Well, not the day before Christmas. Oh. So they met her for the first time. And this is, keep in mind, I'm newly out. So now we're at my house, so I'm also hosting all these people. And I've got my ex-husband and his mom and dad, who of course are like, know I love to sleep with women because that's why we divorced.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it was just like a shit show. I literally, and my dad, who's like very funny and awesome, knew that it was going to be a shit show, like knew it was going to be awkward. He's like, I think we need to have like shooters at the door when people come in,
seriously,
to just like take the edge off. But what we did mimosas, Bloody Marys, and just like made it casual and just tried to like ignore the elephant in the room, which is that I like to sleep with women.
Yeah. Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
It was brutal, but it was like, honestly, I in my mind thought it was going to be so much worse.
But did anyone say anything? Like, was there like a comment that was made that
the
was
only
like,
thing my mom kept
like,
doing that I was like, enough with that.
Yeah.
She kept, because a year ago the divorce was relatively recent, and like this was like a year ago. She kept bringing up how this is so great. Remember how bad last year was?
Oh,
how bad
my God.
And I'm like, okay, we're over last year. Now we're into this year.
Yeah.
But I got to give it to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
she
a hard
is like,
situation to walk into.
Like a host of the year, cooked an amazing breakfast, like a big smile on her face.
That's her thing, though, man.
Put
She's
massive
on it.
time in with my ex-in-laws.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, and left with my parents being like, God, she's awesome.
That's great.
So I don't know that I'm that good. Like I think I could fake
that's
it,
awesome.
but she was like really acting like she was into it and having fun. I'm like, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Right.
That's hard to find.
So that's what we did.
It's hard to find, but it's out there. You know,
yeah, for sure.
People can do that and
you rise to
understand.
the occasion.
But I mean, also, it's like, you know, that's all your parents want is for everyone to be able to be in the same room. And like, you know, my ex was there yesterday on Christmas, and my parents were there, and like when he was leaving, I was just like, thank you for doing this, because it means the world to my parents. My parents were so fearful of like losing him as a son.
Totally.
So for them to be able to be around him and
felt really good.
Yeah, like that's who they want to be there.
Of course.
And I'm sure once I have someone else in my life, I know they'll be welcoming to that person.
Of course.
They want nothing more than for that to happen. So.
Totally. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's check this one off on the books.
I actually took a little page from you and Chris's playbook, and I wrote Tom a letter for Christmas, and just like thanked him for being like so cool and like so good to our kids, and like, you know, making sure that they were taken care of and like working well with me together and stuff like that.
That's a good point. Like the day, maybe a week ago, was it?
Yeah.
He sent me, my ex-husband sent me this text out of nowhere, seemingly, but I guess it was a year anniversary of our divorce, and all the subject said is, a year later, I still, ... And then he had 10 things that were like, I still love the mom you are, I still love the friend you are. I mean, they were like the sweetest things. I still trust you. Like, it just made me feel so good. Yeah. And I thought, so I replied and did the same thing. And I think to anyone out there who's going through this, that is so disarming. It is, and it's just like, you know, if you are in that situation where someone is being so like cool with everything and understanding, it's like tell them that. Like, what's the harm in saying that? Like, you're gonna do nothing but make that person feel good, and and you know, like I told Tom, I was like, I hope to have as much character as you do. Exactly. You know, I hope I do. Yeah. Yeah. So it's amazing. Like, I feel so lucky to have had him in my life as a partner, and then to still have him, you know, as a partner too. So essentially, totally. Raising the kids together and doing what's right for them, because it's like, I know that they're happier that way. And like, we're still navigating. Like, he's in kind of a rough phase right now. I think it's the holidays. A lot of people feel that way, and he's still, you know, my girlfriend points out, like, downloads with me on, this is how I'm feeling, or this is what happened, and you know, someday I'm sure it won't be me. Yeah. You know, but it is like the holidays are, it's like in your face that you don't have someone. Yeah, it is. And like, this is really the first Christmas I've had in, Jesus, like 15 years that I haven't had someone in my life. Right. So yeah, it's a sad time. Like, and I've never really understood that until now. But think about too, you're just not used to it, but like, I think about all the friends I have that are they're single almost by choice. Like, they're not even trying to date. They're just these single women who travel. I mean, I've got a cousin that literally, she is living her best life daily. Her squad of friends, they're always on the go. She could give a shit about meeting a man. I mean, does not care. And she's, at every holiday, just having a blast there on her own. So I do think like you're just not used to it.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm at a point where I'm just like okay with it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal to me.
No.
Actually, instead of like buying gifts for a girlfriend, I was like, well, I'm gonna buy stuff for myself.
Absolutely.
Like bought myself a guitar.
Right.
Like I'm just like whatever. Like
right.
I'll embrace it. And actually I got an email from a listener who was like, enjoy the ride,
Yeah.
like you're in it right now, and like enjoy this time and this space that you have before you finally find somebody.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, like I'm totally gonna just embrace it. And
I try to say that to my ex-husband, like try to just look at it as you're not trying to meet someone.
Yeah.
You're just gonna enjoy that you can go on a Saturday and watch football or grab friends, and I like the relationship I'm in, but I don't have to have this.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I was okay before, and I love this.
Yeah.
But it's not a necessity.
It's like you'll find ways to like entertain yourself essentially.
Totally. And you learn about yourself.
Yeah.
I loved when I was single, one thing I did love is our friendship group, we would go out all the time and like have dinners.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
And
for
we
those
still
2 weeks that you were single.
those 2 weeks I was single. But I think like that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was no, I can do that now.
You know what's gonna suck though is New Year's. Like I decided that that's like the equivalent of like Valentine's Day, of like not having someone.
But New Year's is so overrated.
It is so overrated. Like I hate it. Like I am not going to a bar. Luckily, our friends invited me to go to a New Year's Eve party, so I'm gonna go to that.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, I'm just like, there's this pressure though to do something.
I know. Why is that though? Because you don't want to be sitting at home.
I don't want to be sitting at home. But it's like when I was married, I know there was New Year's where we were in bed at like 10 o'clock.
Totally.
Like, didn't even pay attention.
But somehow it's like you have
right
that
now,
person. So it felt okay to go to bed at 10 o'clock if I have someone. Yeah.
But I will not go to a bar right now.
No.
Like,
go to the party with your
friends. But you know what's funny? I'm such an idiot. So all these bars around here are having 20s themed.
Oh God. Yeah, like flappers
and stuff. It just clicked with me, like yesterday, why it's a 20s theme. Because we're going into the 2020.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I was like, God, I'm a dumbass. Like, I've seen it everywhere, and I've been like, why is everyone choosing to do this 20s theme this year?
Where's the party you're going to? Is there a theme, or is it just?
I don't think so, but I'm saying like the ones that are being hosted by bars and stuff, they all say like 20s theme, like flappers and all this stuff.
Well, I'm sure what you're doing is we're going to the mountains with all the kids.
Yeah, I don't.
So that's
that sounds
equally hard.
Yeah. What are you guys gonna? Are you gonna do a 20s flapper theme?
We're gonna do a flapper theme. We're gonna do a thing where you pretend on the clock it's midnight.
Yeah, Netflix has this thing where you can like play it ahead of time,
really?
Like a countdown. Yeah, for kids.
We'll be doing.
Yeah, I think it's like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So you can trick the little ones.
I love it.
At least the ones that can't tell time.
Yeah.
Although my oldest can tell time.
I know. Well,
and it's screwing me up.
They have so
massively.
many devices now. It's like.
But Christmas, she knew what time it was, and she put herself to bed like 30 minutes early on Christmas Eve.
Oh, good girl.
Yeah.
I like that.
She knew it was up, but she also scared the shit out of me. Like at 1 a.m, came downstairs.
Oh God.
And like Tom and I were down there talking, and he heard her and like ran over and like intercepted her. I was like, we were this close to being busted.
Yeah, it's like that's us here. We were rapping, they would come down, we're like, get out of here.
Like Jesus, like can we just have this one thing?
Right. Well, I also want to talk about though, because you are single.
I am.
Tell people kind of, I went out with you one night and there were lots of single women.
There were?
At the bar. Yes! Are you joking? There was a room full of them.
Yes.
Were you so impressed that my girlfriend and I danced our asses off for
like
3 hours?
I was extremely impressed that you guys showed up, danced, had an awesome time.
Maybe the best time. We might have had the best time of everyone in that squad.
You think so? If there was a contest?
If there was a contest, we took it. But beyond that, what I want to say is, first of all, there were a lot of single women there.
Yeah.
Second of all, one of them you are still kind of in touch with.
Yeah.
That you might be interested in. But I guess my point is, how do you develop those situations where you end up meeting people and it maybe turns into a date, or how does that happen?
You know, it's kind of interesting to like navigate because, especially since I don't want to date right now.
Right.
Like I'm actively not dating.
Right.
I'm focused on making friends.
Okay, I'm your friend.
Yes, but friends that were going to lead to something.
Okay.
This is not leading to anything. We've already established that. I think we established that like the second time we hung out.
I'm offended, but okay, go ahead.
It's mutual, so
it's
okay. But you know, it's kind of like, it's weird to feel people out. And I've noticed that like a lot of the time with the people that I have dated, I've just gone with who has actively pursued me.
Yeah.
And who I've like also been like,
oh my God, so it's like path of least resistance.
Yeah. It's like, well, this person likes me, so we'll go with this for a little while. But I mean, not to say that I didn't like those people.
No. But how cool to take a more
active
role.
Now I'm kind of like, okay, like I'd rather, you know, choose who I want.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like, I have been in those situations where you get into relationships so quickly.
Yeah.
Where you're texting like nonstop.
What?
And like this time, yeah. Can you believe it? Lesbians texting like 24/7.
It's like nobody works.
I know, right?
I said that to. I literally. It's like, does anyone have jobs in this community?
Seriously.
The texting is like unreal.
Like I've dated some people with some pretty serious jobs, and they're still texting me in the middle of the day. I'm like.
It's like, didn't you have a surgery to do?
Yeah, aren't you supposed to be seeing patients?
Anyway, but yeah, so how do you develop those? How does it even start? So they can, maybe people that are trying to meet people in the new year.
I've been trying to like go out a little bit, but that's not necessarily like how I want to meet someone.
Okay.
Luckily, you know, there's that Queer Women's Network. They do events, so I've gone to some of those things and met some people that way.
We need to have events.
We do.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this forever, and
it's
we
easy.
still haven't.
Now that the holidays are over, yeah, we're gonna
but yeah, like just trying to meet people that way and just make friends with people and like kind of slowly text and get to know someone.
Or go to another event.
Go to another event. Yeah.
You know, like with business, like my business, one thing our marketing people say is that you have to have multiple touch points to like convert a sale.
Okay.
So you have multiple touch points, meaning I'm going to touch you on Instagram, I might touch
you
Facebook,
no.
But you're going to have these multiple touch points where people hear about your brand, and then eventually they convert to be a customer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like dating.
It is. That's very true.
Touch points.
And the biggest thing that I have to be aware of is not being a 15-year-old boy that wants to have sex. Like, that's probably my biggest thing is that I'm going to have to be like,
restrain.
Don't do this.
But is it okay to like kiss and make out with someone at a bar?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Why not? I'm not tied to anybody.
Okay.
But yeah, like I don't want to place any weight on anything. You know, I want to get to know someone like on a friendship level and really know what I'm getting myself into before I jump right in.
And I don't know that you ever truly like as the relationship unfolds, things a year later even crop up where I'm like, oh wow, okay. Nothing bad, but it's like layers come out.
Well, and that's kind of another thing. It's like I'm working through a lot of that stuff in my past to where like I've had some really good conversations with some exes lately that have made me feel better and like made me feel like I have totally let go of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like I'm not in the next relationship I have, I'm not going to be like, well, what about that other person?
Right.
So that's not that's such a good feeling.
That is a really good feeling. Yeah. I have that with all my exes and even with my ex-husband. I'm excited for him to meet someone. Yeah. Like
You know, that's funny that you say that because I didn't feel that with my ex-husband. Like I didn't feel that like, but what if I want to go back? It's like I knew
that you weren't going back.
But yeah, the other relationships, I think all the other relationships also kind of ended like oddly. Yeah. So it was like left hanging.
By oddly, she means badly. I'm just
badly
just we'll stop
abruptly.
There. Right. So anyway, so you'll go out, maybe meet someone, and then maybe try to show up for another event they might be.
Yeah.
Have you tried my DMing on Instagram tactic?
You know, I've decided that's a little creepy.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. Because I have gotten some messages like that sometimes.
And you haven't liked it?
I mean, no, I like to get the messages and stuff, but sometimes I'm kind of, I don't know, it can feel a little weird sometimes.
Okay.
So.
All right then.
I'm not talking about you guys, by the way, like listeners.
I'm
not talking about that. I'm talking about people that are trying to date me.
Right. See, I think it's a cool way because you can see what they're into.
Because I did have that same thing like that you suggested though.
Right.
Like where you were like, oh, just find someone who's a mutual friend and friend them.
Yeah.
And I had that happen to me. and it was good at first. Like, she and I texted a little bit, but then I was like,
well, it's probably because you just weren't interested in her.
I wasn't interested.
But let's say, though, that it was somebody who saw on your page someone who saw on my page that I'm a huge Jason Isbell fan.
Yeah.
And then on my page maybe commented, oh my God, I love Jason
But,
Isbell.
I guess that does happen. Like, people do meet that way.
And we do have that now. This person and I have
Okay,
that in
I'm not
common.
closed off to it. I would do it as long as I assured
What a
myself
better
that.
way than just Tinder, where it's all I'm basing it on
Tinder
is
a freaking
is a
nightmare.
picture. I would much rather have some data points.
Yeah. Tinder's such shit.
Like, if I looked at your Instagram, I would think you were funny and cute. I would think you're way into your kids.
Yes.
I would think I might know about CNN if I looked a little deeper and think that was cool that you're a writer. I mean, your Instagram tells a story.
It does.
So it's kind of like a cool place. There's other people I look and I can tell you're so immature. I would have no interest in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you can tell a lot about somebody.
That's true. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not closed off to doing... I guess I haven't also really noticed anybody on my Instagram that I'm, like, friends with or intrigued by.
Right.
So, or if I am, I'm, like, already talking to them, I guess.
Okay.
So,
That's
I don't
cool.
know. I'm just trying to not get in trouble with my therapist by walking in
red
there.
flag,
and being like, I'm dating again. Like, she will toss me out of her office.
Is she the same therapist that I saw?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
like her.
she does not hold back. She will tell me, like,
call you on your
she
shit.
will call me on my shit, and I don't want to hear it anymore. Yeah, because I want to move forward. I don't want to stay stagnant.
No, and I thought about too, an old podcast of ours, we talked about how, like, here you are, like, reinventing your life. I'm reinventing my life, rewriting what's to come. And after coming out of such a hard thing, it's like, this is not the time to just then be like, all right, I'm just going to date this girl.
Yeah.
Like, this person has to be a home run winner.
Yeah.
Of course there are going to be problems, but now is not the time to put up with bullshit.
Yeah. And I've spent the better part of a year, just in this, like, limbo kind of stage. So I'm ready to get out of that and be healthy and be ready.
And I love what you said this morning about I'm starting to get really excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they're everywhere.
Yeah, so you say.
They are.
Everyone's gay.
They are. I mean, maybe not everywhere you go, but generally speaking, there are gay women everywhere.
And I guess I try to look a little bit more gay in public.
Right.
When I'm single.
I mean, every venue. I mean, I think about at the gym the other day. I told you I went to the gym at a different time than I normally do. I would say a third of the women there were lesbians.
Yeah.
At least. There was over the break. We went last night to Botanical Gardens Lights. I saw tons of lesbians there.
Really?
I kept, like, elbowing my girlfriend.
Why aren't you just passing out my number?
Yeah. I mean, they're everywhere.
Got a single one for you.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I'm actively not dating, even so I'm on Tinder.
Actively not dating with a date this weekend. But
it's not a date.
It's not a date. Okay.
That's hanging out.
Hanging out.
Yeah, that's nothing. It's friends.
I like that. I actually really like her.
Yeah, totally. Like, and that's just it. It's like I want to make more friends.
Yeah, and I love
like
the girls that are in the squad. Like, she seems.
Yeah.
I like some of the ones.
Yeah,
that
I've met some really good people lately. So it's been good.
Very good.
And how are things going with you, Alli?
Good. Like, I'm so relieved to have my Christmas over.
Yes.
Have my house back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And that stress lifted of having everyone here and having to...
That is stressful.
It is. And it's also like...
But no one was sleeping here, right? Like, other than like the normal...
But just even having my parents meet my girlfriend was... Because this is the first real prospect they've met. Mm-hmm. So I felt a lot of pressure around that. I mean, I knew they would like her. She's lovely. She's kind.
Yeah, she's very personable.
Yeah, but I guess I felt like it could have been really awkward. My parents are, hardcore Catholic conservatives. They're extremely,
so, like,
I don't know what the word is. They're not judgmental, but they're a little judgmental.
When you were first going through all this, like, realizing that you wanted to, like, leave and, come out and all that stuff, could you have imagined that scenario with your parents meeting your girlfriend?
Oh my God, no. I used to picture it in my head of, like, how will this go down? No.
Could you imagine them being accepting? Like,
I knew they would have no choice because I know my parents would never want to lose me. I always known I was loved. I've never feared. They want me in their life so badly that they would put a smile on and go along to get along. But now I think it's translated to they actually are happy. Like for me, my parents have this big friend group of people just like them. I mean, very conservative, white, Catholic, kind of not elitist, but very, I don't know what the word is for their kind of people, but they have a lot of like adult children. You know, my mom will tell me about drug overdoses and suicides. And my mom is always like, I'm just so thrilled that you guys know how to find your happy. Like these children suffer and as adults, and maybe no one's fault, but it's like, I think my parents are so thrilled that I'm happy and living an authentic life more than they would never want me to stay in that marriage.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, if you think about what it was like, I mean, for me, 2 years ago, a year ago, it's like, the holidays really suck.
Yeah.
So
it's stressful.
It's like, and even though, you know, I'm not doing like I don't think I did the best job of like Christmas and Santa and all that stuff. It's like, I was way more like present on Christmas Day. I wasn't like checking my phone or worried about
I wasn't either.
Stuff
worried
with,
about
like,
some girl
relationships
mad.
Yeah,
you're right. I didn't think about that because last year we were not in good places.
Yeah.
Neither of us.
Yeah.
So,
it was a hard
and
time.
I think my parents were witness to that.
You
know, my mom reminds me, she's like, again, last year was so bad, but she's like, do you remember we had to get pizza at CVS because everything was closed?
Oh my
God. Like, really? And she's like, yeah, it was so depressing. And it was.
Why? Why didn't you have food?
I had no food. I just moved into this place.
Oh. God, I hate cooking on Christmas. Like, it makes me mad because I'm like, I want to like spend time with the kids and like help them play with toys.
If you would have seen the
stuff.
spread we had here, you would have been like, holy shit. It made the mimosa.
I mean, if
party
someone
look
else is going to
shameful.
do it, then yes.
Yeah.
But like, you know, my parents come over, they think that I'm going to like now make ham and all this. But they know not to expect that from me.
Right.
And I made bacon for like the third time in my life yesterday, and my dad was just like giving me shit for cooking on the oven, and it took like 25 minutes.
Right.
And I'm just like, listen, like, I'm doing the best I can here.
I know. I do think that they, like, it's interesting to watch them like talk to her and how like loving they really were.
Yeah.
I mean, by the end they were like, you have to come visit us, we can't wait to have you down. And, I mean, they were really trying to get to know her. And what was hard though, and that what my girlfriend brought up is just like watching my ex-husband, because he was there for every event. He, I think, felt a little bit like, oh, am I now like in the backdrop?
Yeah.
And
like, where do
I fit in?
Yeah. I think that's something that like both parties feel.
Yeah.
Like, I think your girlfriend probably feels that way too.
Yeah.
Sometimes he feels that way.
Right.
So yeah,
it's hard.
It is hard, man. It's like, I don't have the answer to that. I don't know
either.
what to do.
Just keep showing up.
Yeah.
Is the only thing I can think. Is just keep showing up.
Yeah. Did you guys do pictures and stuff, like family pictures or anything like that?
All together.
All together.
Yep, at Botanical Gardens. My mom is like stopping strangers multiple times.
Really?
Having them take pictures of
I saw
all
this
of
thing
us.
that was like, it's like PSA, put all like significant other or girlfriends, boyfriends on like the
outside shop law.
Yes. And I was like, that's such a great point.
Oh my God. I didn't even think of that.
My father-in-law had a girlfriend a few years ago, and we did like a big photo for Thanksgiving, and she's like kind of like not in the middle, but
you can't get rid of her.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit,
like,
I didn't
there's
think
this
of that.
person that we don't even talk to anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, when that photo was happening, I was like, maybe she'll like step out.
Right.
She didn't.
She never left.
No.
Oh my God. I think I'm so sensitive about my girlfriend feeling, I'm so sensitive about her feeling anything but included that I never would have thought of that because I was so worried about how she felt.
Yeah. Well, and like, speaking of being included too, you know, we were talking about my father-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, or former father-in-law. It's like I'm kind of noticing like little things here and there that I don't think he's that.
Maybe you need to show him. Like,
maybe I do. Yeah.
Be the example.
Yeah, that's true. I should.
Just start doing it and keep doing it.
But I mean, it's kind of interesting because I have been like, oh, everybody's been so accepting. Like I haven't had any issues and blah blah blah. But it's like, no, I'm sensing here that there's something a little off. Like he hasn't like chewed me out or anything. I guess that's good.
Right, but or is that even worse? Because it's like his ambivalence to me is like.
I mean, he's always super friendly when he sees me, but it's not the same. It's
what would he say if you said, "Hey, just curious, why didn't you invite me for Christmas?"
Oh man, I don't know what he'd say.
But to me, it's like almost like
because you're gay.
Yeah, what's he gonna say?
He would not say that.
No.
You
should invite him.
I should. But I mean, I guess he was invited to like come over and like watch the kids do Christmas morning and stuff.
And he didn't come.
But he has custody of his grandson and stuff.
Why would you just bring the grandson?
But yeah, like that would be awesome too to like have everybody there.
We had everybody at once.
But next year maybe we'll do that.
Right.
Next year's gonna be different too because like my ex-husband, his girlfriend's moving down, and so it's like she's gonna be there, her kid, and all this stuff. So I don't know what it's gonna look like next year.
It's ever fluid.
It is. So we'll just see. We'll just go with the flow, and I guess just be glad that I don't have to like not see my kids on Christmas Day.
Never.
That would break my heart.
Yeah, that will never happen.
Everybody who's going through that, I am so sincerely sorry because like that is heartbreaking. And
it is, and it's usually for most divorced couples, half the time you do, half the time you don't.
Yeah. But
Maria didn't have her son.
See, and that's just it
sucks. I mean, we had him leading up, and we had him right after.
Yeah,
it's still hard.
It is hard. I mean, it's just a day, but then again, it is
just a day. That's
so yeah. But the other thing that I love too is that there are so many people in the gay community who will reach out and support you.
Yeah,
it's like. I didn't go out last night, but the bars were open.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I know MSR was open and Blake's were both.
Wow.
So it's like the people that work there that own those places know like these people need their space to like come
and be out of their
house. And they might have been with family that day and just had a hard day, or they might have not been with family at all.
Right.
So they have their family there at the work. So
that's cool.
It's good. Couple things. We had our first Patreon donation.
Yep.
Which was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was like I was so shocked and felt really loved.
And those dollars, just so you know, go to things like the microphone, the new lights.
We got a light here now to do the
things
videos.
Like that.
Yeah. So very much appreciative. And if anyone else wants to like donate, feel free. And it's on Patreon. Also, with our YouTube videos now, if you guys will subscribe to us, comment, tell us what we're doing good or bad or whatever.
Mostly good though, please.
Please good. If you're a dick and you just want to tell us that we're lesbians, we're going to rot in hell.
We already know that.
We already know that. It's okay. I've accepted my fate.
It's worth it.
It's fucking worth it. Have you had sex with a woman? It's fucking worth it. Also, I was thinking that it would be nice.